Thank you, Jesus. Natekalunga, Jehovah, uJesu wami, uhere praise, Lion of Judah, we worship you, my Lord. Our Lord, our Lord. Diabo badraga, diwika, dibadebke, leikomi, leiknami, sing leikaigu. I don't always understand why certain things happen, but I know God has a plan, and I have to have faith even when things get almost too hard to bear. You know, with God, all things are possible. Just gotta pray and believe. Amen.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trustco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informante radio station. This is...
So whatever is said here on the morning mix, the Informante has got nothing to do with what you guys are saying here. Is that what the disclaimer says?
Yeah, solidly. Our views and opinions.
Yeah, yeah. So is that the issue now?
I don't want to make a comment at this stage because I don't know from what angle you come.
No, I always play that when I see it.
I'll only answer if I'm totally in the clear here.
No, the jingle obviously says, the views on Informante Radio is not necessarily the
It's the disclaimer.
It's a disclaimer.
Yes.
So what this disclaimer is doing is that it recuses itself
Exactly.
from whatever bull crap it is
That's being said.
that you guys are talking about here in the studio. Good morning, all of you. Welcome to the Morning Mix. Once again, it is the 2nd of March.
So it is Wednesday, and we don't have the nominees for Mugu of the Week.
yet.
So I would like to put in Muhu of the Week again,
Yes.
Vladimir Putin.
Oh, you decided that.
No, that's my nominee.
And Neville was nominated by Netley yesterday, so
Yeah.
because you said on behalf of the ministry and that's what you said when you went on behalf of the ministry, Simon, we thank you. That's what
Andreas is nominated as top cheater.
top Chidane.
I have to say, Andrea sent me a message late last night,
Right.
probably around 11 o'clock, when I was in my Ukrainian Putin drive, where he basically just let me just quickly see if I have the message on my phone. He says, I, Neville and team, I am just closing my day and evening and want to say thank you again to you and your team. It was electric. Hope to visit soon on other issues and concerns relating to mining and energy affairs. It was one of those discussions yesterday that really you could see the substance of what our viewers are willing to engage upon, and that was very, very encouraging, I would say.
Yes. So top cheater is Andreas.
Yes,
And Muhu
nominee.
of the Week is Vladimir Putin. That's my nominees.
Why do you guys want to put Putin?
Putin was
in
also Muhu.
there?
Oh no, we put him as top cheater last week. So now we'll put him as Muhu. Like
Yeah.
he qualifies to be a Muhu this week.
But why?
Kaufisere, explanation yourself, man.
Because, I mean, just look at what he's doing.
What is he doing?
He's invading another country.
he's
He's got
angry.
no right to invade to.
He's defending his borders.
Ah, come on.
Yes, the guy is defending his borders. That is what he's saying. That's all he's saying. So why can't he defend his borders?
Yeah. Let's not play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Neville, I know on whose side you're on, and now you're projecting something that you're not.
And I want to explain layman terms. It's just Russia and Ukraine are like two brothers, and the parents left them a heritage.
Yeah, but it's the bigger brother that's
Yeah.
bullying the smaller brother, and I don't like bullying.
The bigger brother is telling the smaller brother, you cannot sell our family estate. You cannot
Yeah.
give it to these boys that you stay with. And the
Yeah.
smaller brother is like, I want to sell my share.
Yeah.
And the bigger brother is like, I will, over my dead body, I will beat you. So these niggas can see, the other dudes can see what I can do.
Russia, we from the West are getting it all wrong.
Yeah.
We are looking at Russia as a democratic failure, but they are actually a fascist success.
Yeah,
They
it's a
don't want
fascist
to be
success.
democratic.
Yes.
However, Ukraine wants to be democratic.
Yeah.
They want to be democratic. They want to live the democratic life.
But my question
Be
to you,
successful at it as they've been for the last 20 years, 50 years.
but my question to you guys is does the democracy in its purest form,
Right.
does it work for all countries?
Okay. Perhaps not for Russia,
Yeah.
but certainly for the Ukraine.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
So now we've got these communistic fascist people invading a democratic sovereign state that wants to be democratic.
Okay.
They are protecting themselves. And I still stand by that.
And
Yeah.
listen, these people that say, "Oh yeah, you built atomic nuclear stuff right next to my border. You're building it right next to my Russian border, and therefore I'm going to invade you." Russia is the strongest nuclear country on the planet.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this excuse that Russia has all the right to go and invade Ukraine just because Ukraine is building nuclear weapons,
Yes.
what a crock of crap.
Yeah. I mean, Israel's got a stockpile of nuclear weapons.
Everybody's got, but
Yeah.
Russia
Look.
has the most.
Look, if Ukraine was to become NATO member, which means automatically their nuclear sites, America has access to it. So as a nuclear bomb.
Understand.
So that's what I mean. What Russia don't want is those bullies having access to that and being next to them.
Yes.
I for one, don't believe that all countries are effective when it comes to adopting a democratic policy. And I'll say why. I think if we look at Arab countries, there are certain Arab countries who have been flourishing under what we would call dictatorships.
Yes.
Where you had a one-man show and they've been running that country effectively for well over 30, 40 years until America came with its package of democracy and completely decimated that specific country. All countries the world over.
Yes.
Iraq,
Sure.
under Saddam Hussein. Libya, under Muammar Gaddafi. We can talk about Egypt.
Yes.
We can talk about
All these countries with brutal dictatorships.
which we deem brutal
We
dictatorship.
deem them brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, these countries that you are mentioning.
Yes.
Their leaders.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We deem them like that, but they understand that's their culture. And it's their thing. It's their thing.
But Kaufi,
Come on.
Kaufi,
Human Rights Watch. Go,
Yes.
Go to those guys and they'll give you a list of things.
I understand. But do you want to honestly tell me that a man like George W. Bush
Which one? Senior? Junior?
Jr. did not kill more people during his presidency than
Sure. I'm totally with you on that.
Do you know how
Whoever.
angry you have to be to throw a president with your Jesus pluggies? Yes. You know how angry you need to be.
By the way, it wasn't
No,
Jesus.
no.
It wasn't Jesus. Black.
it was Muhammad's plakis.
Muhammad.
Muhammad,
Yes. What the
Now you
hell
got
are
your
you talking
religions wrong. No hell.
Muhammad sandals.
Yeah. And that's a strong symbol or signal
Elton
of
John Plucky.
Elton John Plucky.
Sandals in the wind.
Oh my God, man.
It's very interesting. And Kaufi, you know what you are saying now. I tend to catch myself falling in that same narrative.
Absolutely.
As to how wrong certain countries are, the brutality of their leaders, etc., which is true, but when it comes to how transparent we need to be when it comes to all other countries, and we're talking about America included, we talk about Britain included,
France.
I thought France included.
Yeah.
Kaufi, I thought during the reign of Tony Blair that Tony Blair was one of the most effective, smartest British prime ministers that I've seen in my lifetime.
Yes.
Until he was coerced
Yes.
in taking part in the invasion of Iraq. And that really changed my whole perspective of this guy, that you can be that America can actually.
So what you're actually saying is he should have just done nothing.
I'm saying that he should have, unfortunately, as an ally, as a direct ally of the United States, he had a choice. He had a choice.
But what you're saying is at that time he should have just stayed put.
He should have stayed put.
Okay, like Boris is currently doing.
Yeah, Boris is staying put.
You did see that interview with that woman.
But Boris said they were one of the first responders.
That woman from the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I understand there was an interview like that. I didn't see the specific.
Exactly.
I didn't have time to click
She
on the link.
accused him of doing nothing.
Oh, okay.
So if Tony Blair would have done that, he would have gotten the brunt side of that. Explain the North African refugee problem for me.
The North African refugee problem.
There are people that are willing to swim over the Mediterranean
Are we talking about
to get to
the?
Europe.
Of course.
Why?
Of course.
Because of their brutal dictator leaderships in those countries.
And you are right about it, Kaufi. You're right about it. There are. I mean, the atrocities that some of these leaders of these specific countries are committing is it's just inhumane.
Yes.
And it's important that in the context of the country's laws and traditions, etc., that there needs to be, and I mean, Arab countries need to call each other out, because there's an Arab League that's operating. I don't know what the Arab League,
Brotherhood.
Yeah, what is the Brotherhood or the Arab League doing to call each other out? Because the quality of life of North Africans and West Africans are at such a level that people do swim across the Mediterranean.
Yes.
Which is wrong. But all
The
I'm
Arabs
saying,
are still doing the slave trade, though.
oh yes,
Yeah, it's still the slave trade is still on. There've been videos. There's been a documentary, investigative documentary that came out, I think, 2 years back as well.
I mean, look at Kim Jong-un.
We can't. It's like, that's why I'm saying that. Let like people say, to each to their own.
each to their own.
Yeah. So if it works for me to have my Sharia law, if it works for my people and my people are thriving under it, I do not need Kaufi's West to come through and tell me to change while they have problems. They have way more problems than me. They've been way more brutal than me. But the Sharia law works for my people. Yeah.
And I hear what you say, Mitch. And once again, Kaufi, for me as I will always be able to have a counter argument when it comes to human rights, when it comes to the atrocities of people, especially when I start talking about America, because I say again, when it comes to the minorities in America, there are numerous incidents where America must just take a seat when it comes to that. I was watching a documentary of a NASCAR driver last night. It's the only black NASCAR driver in America. His nickname is Bubba. Okay? This guy, you're taking part in a sport that is considered predominantly
it's considered
white, racist, because the Confederate flag, okay, which historically made sure or wanted to make sure that black people in America don't have the vote during the Abraham Lincoln era.
Yes.
That specific flag, and you know what? It's got nothing to do with history. They can say that they want to keep the flag because it's part of our history.
Yes.
That's a racist flag.
Yeah, sure.
And that flag.
It's as if Germany were to keep the swastika.
Thank you.
It's exactly the same thing.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying no.
Yeah, so America, anybody else, I don't know which superpower can actually morally stand up and say, you know what? I'm the only superpower that never committed any human rights violations on my own people.
Yes.
Or the people around this world.
Yes.
I don't think there's any superpower that can say that.
Political greed.
Political greed.
That's it.
Yeah,
Let's
because
agree on that.
I keep on saying that, you know what, the first sin of America is racism.
Exactly.
It's their first sin.
I mean, let's look at the Dos Santos family in Angola.
There you go.
How many people have suffered under their regime?
How many people have suffered under their regime?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look, if you have that much money, like I think that the Dos Santos, the lady, she has a bank here, Bank Big. It's their bank.
Yeah.
I used to do HR for them. I used to hire people for them, do the screening and everything, psychometric test and all that. So I know where she's she's staying in Spain. And that's the problem.
With her daddy.
Yeah. So that's the problem. The lady that was talking to Boris had. She was like, Vladimir Putin's kids are in Berlin. They're in where? They're in where? I don't see their mentions being seized. You see?
Okay.
But my kids, my family is in Ukraine, in Kiev, and
Kiev.
Kiev. Yeah, and they're burning.
Vladimir Putin's children aren't in Russia.
No, like
Where
yeah,
is
they
his
aren't in
children?
Russia.
It is thought that they're in their mansion in Switzerland.
Oh, is that so?
That is what is speculated.
And the lady said it even. So I'm saying, if you're a superpower, let me say, me as a president, my kids, I start a fight, I send my kids away.
Of course, I think that's what any parent would do to,
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
safeguard you.
But other people's kids, like, look, Ukraine removed the age restrictions from 18 to 60 to no restriction. People are coming back into Ukraine to fight.
Yeah.
So now people, the Russian guys are using this propaganda of, so now you are including child soldiers?
No, nonsense. Russia must just shut up.
You see?
That's it.
I agree.
So I'm just saying, like, why must my kids fight and you send your kids away?
I am doing my part in this whole conflict. I've stopped drinking vodka.
That's a
And if we all just do that, I think we are putting individual sanctions on Russia.
Ah, Denise Denise Valentine say good morning everyone, blessed Ash Day, Ash Wednesday, and blessed Lent season. Denise, is you Catholic? That's probably what you were talking about. Good morning, Taishon, Johannes, Nangula, Lydia. Morning. Good morning, Stephanus, James, Ananias, Morokeni, Jürgen Gaisep, Colin King Malume, Moro. Kaufi, Putin can't be a muhu. That guy of yesterday, Simon, should be muhu. Jay is a muhu.
Hi.
Yo, muhu. Teshon, ja. Wacht, ek kan nie nou daar kykie. Esther Mich says, if Putin allowed gay people, maybe he would have more in his troops. The gay people are quite quiet, telling him this is your war. You cut us out, now we won't hold guns for you. Yeah. Esther Mich, you come with another story here. So Neville the Bowl was not enough. You people start walking naked on the street. Yeah, as Estimich, I saw that in, I believe that is in Rundu. That is what I saw. Trini says, fascism or authoritarian democracy. Liberals tend to look at things with a jaundiced eye in their defining narratives. Is this not a war on succeeding authoritarian leadership? Here in Africa, we have Rwanda as a case study of authoritarian rule succeeding. I stand corrected. That is a very, very good point that you are mentioning there, but we can discuss that on the other side. Because they use Rwanda as a case study in how an authoritarian government is succeeding at the moment in Africa.
Yes.
Estomich says, people are suffering. Russia's in Belarus. Athletes are being banned to compete. Putin took one for his people. I even saw yesterday that Vladimir Putin's black belt,
Yeah.
his taekwondo black belt that he received has been revoked. How the hell can you revoke a man's black belt? Die man kan nog steeds mense moer. Finish and klaar.
That's what I want.
It does not make any sense.
It's a houd julle op. Houd julle op. You guys must stop this nonsense. Why are you against Putin like that?
Lamek Konjashili says, I don't blame them. I blame the government for liquidating Air Namibia. The lady just wanted to fly small. Kan Trini 'n slag in layman terms praat? Trini, you are called out. Nina is calling out Trini here. Frank Miller, you are not needed here. Okay? Please, this is not for you to come and share your personal stuff here. The old lady's trip to Kaima got cut short. I guess fuel prices affect all. Even there by Katima Airways, says Roviera. In Gaddafi's era, there were no forking out of school fees. Get this, Kaufman. Okay. Asino Kambikiti say, in Gaddafi's era, there was no forking out of school fees, hospital fees, electricity, water, you name it. Look at Libya now. It's a desert on a desert. Trini says, please spare me the abuse. How layman can can one be? Estomish says, Sean Penn has walked from the Ukraine to Poland. His car broke down. He was filming there, but he had to flee like others. Walking to freedom. Putin is really pissing people off. Daar is more. Stop drinking vodka. Say, you can drink vodka, coffee, but not KGB and Russian. We are canceling them like R. Kelly.
That's it.
Yeah. Hey.
Adele also cancelled the other day.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is not an option.
You leave R. Kelly out your mouth. Estomish. Yeah.
Estomish, I'm with you.
No. You can put something else in your mouth. Leave R. Kelly out your mouth. Coffee, where can I collect your vodka? Die lewer is nie neer.
Sê nie nee nie.
Jy sê nie nee nie.
Yeah, I got that.
Ja, konjaks, gaan kry vir jou Wambo Cherry. Is reg. Good morning, wonderful people. No comments today. I just want to listen and enjoy, says Samuel Hendricks. Even porn up block for Russia. Vakotu.
Oh, those poor people.
Laat Putin toch ophou. Okay? And on that note, here we have Kalfi with the news.
This is Informante Live, and these are our top stories. Russia warned Kiev residents to flee their homes on Tuesday and rained rockets down on Kharkiv as Russian commanders who have failed to achieve a quick victory shifted their tactics to intensify the bombardment of Ukrainian cities, Reuters reported. Russian troops in Ukraine are attacking only military targets, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told journalists, commenting on the news that the International Criminal Court, the ICC, in The Hague, would launch a probe into possible war crimes in Ukraine. According to RT, a Russian state-controlled international television network, an ICC prosecutor said there was a reasonable basis to believe that both alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity have been committed in Ukraine. Accusations against Russia were filed with the ICC by Kiev. Western governments and internet giants, including Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and Twitter, have moved to heavily censor Russian foreign language media outlets over the conflict in Ukraine, blocking websites, shutting down social media pages, and taking radio and television broadcasts off air. We want to change the way that the rest of the world views Africa. We want to change the narrative so that Africa is not seen as a place of death, disease, and disaster, but as a place of opportunity. This was stated by United States Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Akuna Cook, at a meeting between a U.S. delegation and government officials, including Namibia's Vice President, Nangolo Mbumba, in Windhoek on Tuesday. Government officials met with the business delegation led by Cook to discuss how the U.S. can invest and support Namibian businesses. The delegation included representatives from the American Chamber of Commerce, Fluor General Electric, the United States Department of Commerce, the Africa Bureau, and Power Africa, among others. We have all these U.S. companies here because we want to see U.S. investment in Namibia, but we are also working with Namibian companies because we want to help them grow and export their things to the United States, U.S. Embassy Charge d'Affaires Jessica Long stated. And finally, 2 Angolans and 3 Namibians, of which one is a traditional doctor, were remanded in custody after being arrested for possession of 29 pieces of elephant tusks at Unono, Helau, Nafidi town. The group made a brief appearance in the Oangwena Magistrate Court on Monday. The Angolans are Shiwawano Thomas Kandongo at the age of 33, Armando Conjeni at the age of 61, and the Namibians are Correa Mateus Gayata at the age of 61, Andreas Hailola, 54, and Rendell Katunda, 68, a traditional doctor. According to the police, they were arrested while trying to sell the ivory to undercover police detectives. They did not have permits from the Ministry of Environment and Tourism authorizing them to possess such products. MEFT spokesperson Romeo Muyunda said the ministry is aware of the matter, but the value of the confiscated ivory is not yet determined. Your Trustco share price today, the 2nd of March, is at $1.30 per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 20 cents, against the euro at 17 Namibia dollars, and against the British pound at 20 Namibia dollars and 40 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Informante News. Informante News. Informante News. Firm but fair.
So, America is investing into Namibia.
That's very suspicious.
It's scary. Scary stuff there.
Why would...
Communistic east-sided man, you.
No. You can accuse me of being a communist and East Side and what kind of bullcrap you want to call me, Duitser. Okay?
Oh, Nef.
I don't trust. When did America decide
To invest in Namibia.
to start investing in Namibia?
Couldn't you see it when they started building this big embassy?
Yeah, but they've been stepping it up, I think, in the last 6-7 months.
Exactly. It's to combat China.
It's to combat China.
Yeah.
Okay. And a little issue
Right.
of oil probably being discovered on the Namibian coast.
Got nothing to do with it.
It's got nothing
It is
to
to care
do.
for the local Namibian person.
Kak, man.
As ek kookolie gaan koop, dan dink ek ook net hy storie. Laat die Americans nie uitvind.
Ja.
Ek het olie in my huis.
We remember a few years ago when we had a certain person in the name of Knowledge Kati who showed us in the media that they have discovered, him and his oligarchs, discovered oil.
Yes.
Chilling with the president in the jet.
Yes. And then what?
We are drinking wines.
Toes dat kookolie. Yeah, toes dat kookolie.
Kookolie.
Yeah, we shall not be fooled again.
Not again.
Just like Russia, Comey father had nukes placed in Cuba, communist cousin, and when America got knowledge of them, it caused a standoff, almost causing war until Russia withdrew them. Ukraine is too close to Russia for Western agendas, and Cuba is too close to America for communist agendas. Mukendu, Njavera, Turipamwe, Onse Sam.
Onse Sam.
Yeah, I fully agree with what you are saying. Rose says, Kalfi Ekenjayas Huka, we are very, very racist. Yeah,
We are
yeah.
not.
And I am a dictator with
naturally.
the comments. Hy lees kwa net Nina en Natalie se comments. Ja, julle sal regkom. Ja.
As a communist PhD.
It's a
Hey.
Julle sal hier so kom en met ons kom speel.
It's a communist page. So yeah. So that's how it goes. Guys, we quickly gonna have some guests in the studio.
Right.
Then
Then we'll be back.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back.
Then we'll be back. I'll quickly have a chat with them regarding it's representatives of
Sundowns.
Mamelodi Sundowns in Namibia. Oh, I can't wait for them to come into the studio.
Never good luck jy en jou pirates.
Nee, wag. Ek sal hulle vertel vandag. Ja, laat hulle kom. Ja. Mitch, can you give me this poster? Where's this poster?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can I quickly have this poster? We have representatives of the South African football team, Mamelodi Sundowns, that will be entering our studio. They will quickly be coming to come and discuss with us as to what they are busy with. It would be a very interesting discussion that we're going to be having for a few minutes. Good morning, guys.
Morning. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Please move closer to the mic. Just for you guys to know, if you don't know it yet, okay, there's the camera right over there. Okay. So people are seeing you guys live at the moment, okay? Ek sien die mense het mooi rooi lippietjies gemaak en alles. So they are very much ready to come and discuss Mamelodi Sundowns in Namibia. Good morning, guys. Can we take the opportunity to first and foremost welcome you to Informante, to the Morning Mix. It's really a pleasure and an honor to welcome you guys into the studio.
No, thank you for having us, and good morning to you and to your viewers.
Morning, everybody. Thank you.
Asseblief, nie so nie. Relax. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. Our interviews here are not like other radio stations and television. There are no scripts. There are no rules.
Yeah.
Ons praat net soos ons praat.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Asseblief. So, moenie good morning, what nie. Nie so nie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first and foremost, can you guys quickly introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Haki, a member of the interim committee of the Mamelodi Sundowns Supporters Club in Namibia.
Haki.
Yeah.
Good morning, Haki.
Thank you.
Morning, my name is Amanda, and I'm the interim secretariat for the Namibian Sundowns Supporters Club.
Amanda. Morning, Amanda.
Morning.
Mora, Amanda. Moro, Haki.
Moro.
Muja imbe?
No.
That's a matuingire number no ni.
Yeah.
Matuingire dino di.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Wow. Tangeni with the capital Jalavar Klaga forces so. Those aren't Amasandawana supporters. What name is it?
Masandawana.
Those are not Asawandawana supporters. Just ask them who wears jersey number 47. Does one of you guys wear the jersey 47?
I do.
Oh, you do, Amanda. Okay, but quickly, guys, give us a little bit of background as to there's a branch launch happening this coming Saturday on the 5th of March. Okay, 2022. Give us a little bit more insight as to this launch.
Yeah, I'll just take a bit further step back because as loving supporters of the brand, the Mamelodi Sundowns, we have organized ourselves, and we have seen the need for us to have a footprint in the country, as we have one of our own, Peter Shalulile, and before Peter, because many think it's Peter. You see, we've been supporting the brand and the club for decades, from the likes of Veronica Nanello back then in the days, as well as your Sydney Plaikis, Mohale Narusep. So we've been loving and supporting the brand, and then that's when we have seen for us to organize ourselves and have a footprint here. So this is how this journey came to be.
I'm very suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm very suspicious of adult people who join clubs, because there are some people on our stream here. My age, I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
I am very suspicious of people who are Manchester City supporters. My age. When did you become a Manchester City supporter? That's my question. Is it only when they started winning trophies? And it's the same question I want to ask you, Mejelisa, yellow t-shirts here. Yeah. When did you guys become Mamelodi Sundowns supporters? Ek wil hierdie story hoor vandag.
No, for me it's back in the days, since the 90s, since I started loving football. That's when I loved the way they played back then. Yeah, that's how I came to be.
Roger Fetumba.
Yeah. The
general. Roger Fetumba.
The general.
I used to hate him.
Yeah.
Okay? Because let me just quickly declare, Amanda.
Yeah.
I'm a Kaizer Chiefs supporter. And I've been a Kaizer Chiefs supporter since the age of about 5. I remember, because some of my ancestry comes from we are Herero speaking Appingtoners. Okay, so part of my family tree comes from Appington. So as a child, we would normally go to Appington in the Northern Cape, and we would go and because my great grandmother used to stay there in Appington. And I remember Teenage Tlatla, Ace Chulonge. These are the first, and obviously Jomo Sono, who then played for Orlando Pirates. Those were the names that we came accustomed to. So when Sundowns, I think after Patrice Motsepe took over the team, we saw this new boy coming into the sphere, and we were not very happy about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I sort of started to accept Sundowns as a key player because why? Because Ronnie was playing for the team and as a Namibian. But why Sundowns?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Okay. How big is your fan base? Do you have any idea how big your fan base is in Namibia at the moment?
We on our platform we are more than 200 already on our platform. Yeah, on our WhatsApp group, and then also we have seen a lot of interest, across the country as far as your Luderets, Oranjemond. We have people coming from Oranjemond, Luderets, Rundu, Katima, and the north, and Erongo as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Facebook group is active, and all the members on the WhatsApp group are also active on that Facebook group. So that's where we advertise and we talk to the people. They also have access to the main Sundowns platforms, so where they get all that information.
Somebody's asking here, Wilhelm Bolly says, who funds their Sundown Supporters Club?
Yeah, the members, and as well as you must remember that Sundowns belonged to the one of the business icon, the Motsepe family. They are the owners, and then through their foundations, we will be having some inter-exchange program with head office, and we are looking for some exciting times in the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on Saturday, the 5th of March, the venue where this launch is going to be it's going to be at the Eros Primary School's field on the corner of Robert Mugabe and Eros Road. What can supporters and just nieuwsgierige mense, what can they expect? Maybe I can give it over to you, Amanda.
Yeah, so we will start the morning off with a fun walk from the zoo park, all up in Independence. All our supporters that visiting, we have supporters, about 300 of them, will land here on Friday evening.
From where?
From South Africa, all the regions in South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini.
Eswatini.
Yeah. So all of them are here on Friday evening. Saturday morning, we are gathering 7 for 8, and we're going to start there in Zoo Park. We're going to have a fun walk up there. The formal program starts at 10 o'clock. We have all the top 6 of the NOB. They will be here. We've got a few legends coming.
Like
Mudau
who?
is coming.
Daniel Mudau.
Mabush
Is coming. And then we have 2 other legends. We will meet them. Nobody knows who they are.
Is it?
Yeah, surprise.
It's a surprise. We also have Ronnie. He will join us.
Say yellow Are they cheap?
He will be there.
Can somebody tag Ronnie, please? Ronnie always watch our show.
Yeah.
Kan iemand hy moegu van Walvis by? Tag him now. Yeah. So that I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. And our program will start at 10. We will have a formal program, sort of. We the committee for the supporters branch will be elected on that day. So that is the main reason. We are just interim people taking care of this. That will be there will be election, but we will also have fun events, little bit soccer, playing there. But all those things, it's a lot of food. The Namibian food. The people are looking forward to that. They want to come and eat nice food.
Yeah.
So lots of food, and that is what we will do. Important thing is for us and our supporters and everybody there that wants to join Sundowns. Come and join us, have fun.
We are still open for new supporters.
DJ, hey?
We're even open for new supporters.
Yes, yes, come and join us. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Join the champions.
I love some of the comments that are coming through here, and I will read them met soveel smaak.
Moet toch nie so wees.
Nee, ek sal lees. Yeah. Tangani with a capital T is asking, can we wear our Kaiser Chief jerseys? It's one of the comments. Jürgen Kaisep says, and it's perhaps a fair question to ask.
Yeah.
Jürgen Kaisep is asking, the way Namibians like foreign things. Ek wonder net of daar supporters is van Namibian soccer teams in Mzansi. Imagine a support group of Blue Waters in Pietermaritzburg. I'm an Arsenal supporter. Mm-hmm. That's my England team. I'm a Kaiser Chiefs supporter. Mm-hmm. That's my South African team. And here in Namibia, I'm an African Star supporter.
Yeah.
I've been a Star supporter since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have local teams that you do support? And what is your, because you're going to get a lot of kickback from people who say, Moenie julle se foreign goede hierso bring.
Yeah.
Why are you not supporting local teams? What do you have to say when people say that?
Yeah, no, just to answer that question, you know, I myself also, I'm a African Star and also Kahanja United supporter since I hail from the Garden Town. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we, with what has been happening, you know, I don't want to touch on that, you know, I know this platform, you know, exposes those, you know, but what has been happening with our current football, you know, issues. So we...
No, it's a fair thing to discuss.
Of course, yeah. We know, unfortunately, you know, I mean, we the Sundowns footprint here, it's more of an exemplary to us, you know, that when initially when our football one day starts, you know, for us to start organizing ourselves, you know, as clubs around here, you know, to have inter-exchange programs, you know, because we are looking at further beyond than this, whereby we are...
Hello. Say that slowly so these unscrupulous elements can listen as to how we projecting business ideas forward. Say that again.
Yeah, so we actually are looking at the bigger picture, whereby we are trying to foster and look for inter-exchange programs between clubs, whereby we want to because Sundowns has from your under 9, 10, 11, going up to the senior team, both ladies and men and women. So we have already been in talks already with some of the local football academies here in the country, whereby we are even visiting one this coming Friday. Yes. Yeah, whereby we want to have scouts coming from the main club, coming in to scout your Peter Shalule from a very young age. So these are type of things that we are looking at, you know, and have other initiatives that we want to have to bring the professionalism of football here, you know, to our people here.
Yeah. That I think there is something very interesting that you are mentioning there. That it's you know, if we talk about Namibian soccer currently, it's that Max here. Yeah. It's something very, very painful. I mean, on Saturday I was my son plays for youth development team, AC, and there was a tournament in Swakopmund on Saturday, and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and the level of talent that you see there, Namibian talent, top notch, but they live in an era where this nonsense is happening.
Yeah,
and I'm so scared. My son is 16 years old, and I keep on saying this on our show. If he does not have the opportunity to be seen now, your Ricardo Manettis was seen now. Your Mohamed Oseps was seen now. Your Elifa Shivutes, they were seen now. If they miss this because of the egos and politic bullshit of Namibian soccer authorities, this would all be in vain.
True. True.
So is there any cover charge to come to Eros Primary School?
no cover charge. It's free. Entries free.
Okay.
So the only thing you can do there is come and enjoy us and live with us and see what you do when you're a group. We managed most of it. We started from South Africa.
Okay.
So the person that actually started the group is currently in South Africa. She's flying in tomorrow.
Nee.
Her name is Harriet. That's the person. She took the initiative and say, we need to do something. So, and on a question you asked earlier is there a club for Blue Waters or whatever in South Africa? That's where it comes from. Our own initiative to reach out to supporters that we have, and we are a lot of South Africans living in South Africa, Namibians living in South Africa. I used to be Black Africa. I used to house some of those players in my place. I cooked their food. They camped there. I'm not going to name names, but we are in South Africa, but we do support Namibian football, and it is sad what is going on. And we did invite some of the Namibian football people, come and join us, come and see this event happening with us. Yeah, it's something epic that's going to happen. We're going to make this grow. We want partnerships, and Sundowns support education, youngsters. That's what Sundowns is for.
Okay.
So, and I think people must come and see for themselves.
So you used to be Black Africa?
I'm still, but I don't have...
Because you say you were Black Africa.
No, I used to support them here, and I was fully involved,
Okay.
So I still have my medal.
Okay.
So
what, for netball or what?
Biggest supporter.
Is it? Oh, for biggest supporter.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So it's about collaboration. It's about and like Aki said, it's our talent here. We need to give exposure to them. Go outside. There is opportunities outside.
Okay.
And that's what we want to bring in and show people that you can go outside.
There's no. I know the league is still ongoing in South Africa, so there's no opportunity that we can actually, in fact, see Peter Shalulile on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is there no possible?
No, we...
Hey, wur.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised, yeah.
Okay.
And our cards close to the chest.
And
we'd like to also congratulate our team. We won Al Hali. I don't know why you're not speaking about this. I said, I'm chief fans of but
Oh.
We are here to talk about Saturday.
Yes.
The 5th of...
The subject change.
The 5th of March.
Yeah.
That's what we are. No, but congratulations. I think Sundowns, to be honest, Sundowns has shown the way in terms of how and your former coach.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Pizzo.
Huh?
Pizzo.
Pizzo showed us exactly what you can do with a team. If a team sticks to a coach, what a team can really become.
True.
And we are silently very jealous about Sundowns, especially 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When we were on the brink.
Yeah.
SS man. Yeah, but nevertheless, let's not talk about those pains. Aki, Amanda, guys, thank you so much for coming into the studio today. Out of the pure spectacle, I will be making my way to the stadium. I am here, in fact. I would love to go and see this.
Absolutely.
And obviously to see, because if you say there are some legends that's going to be here, we would love to come and see that. And for the sheer spectacle, and obviously, if this can help Namibian football going forward and to strengthen Namibian football, what you say in terms of relations, bilateral relations with the two clubs or with the countries, that's all in good spirit. So guys, think any last final words?
Just want to thank actually our interim committee, starting from our chair, Mr. Jeffrey, and the rest, have worked so entirely hard, on making this a success, and also to those that are coming for the first 50 to 60 people, there are goodies that we're going to give away. So if you're one of the first people coming between 9 and 9:45, you get yourself a Sundowns goodie. Maybe Amanda has anything
That's
to
a
add?
motivation for the people. Come, get your goodie bag, and enjoy your day with us. And don't roll your eyes.
Ons sal later kom.
Ons sal later kom. Ja,
Cabuyelo.
Cabuyelo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's us.
Thank you.
Guys,
Thank you.
all the best for Saturday.
Yeah.
We sincerely hope that I'm all for football development.
Yeah.
I say again, if my son, I would love for him to one day play for Kaizer Chiefs. But if he has an opportunity
For Sundowns, why not?
for Sundowns, I would surely start supporting Sundowns. So what is it that you did?
Cabuyelo. It's our sign.
Cabuyelo.
Cabuyelo.
Yeah, Shoeshine and Piano. We have many nicknames, because of our beautiful football. We have Shoeshine and Piano.
Yes.
Like Mr. Eugene will always say,
Bafana
Cabuyelo,
Bastella.
Bafana Bastella, the Brazilians.
Yeah, the Brazilians I know.
Yes.
The Brazilians I know.
Yeah.
But guys, wag, kom ek kyk as hierdie nou. So Shalulile had no part in this. I would assume he would start something like this. This is what Rose says. Die manne vra mekaar, jy sal julle Saterdag lyn, sal seker maar my laitie vat. Die ou is baie oor 'n bal. Hier is mense wat sê there's a strong support for civics in Uppington. Sê Raymond Person. Teshon vra sal daar black label wees. Okay.
Ja, nee.
Iemand het hier gesê, ek sê maar net Amanda, ek sê maar net. I can only read what people say here.
Ja.
Hy sê daai Zalikie in die studio was tops. Sy kan nog ge-DM word. Ja, doen maar hy.
Wees maar versigtig hoor.
So die Zalikie kan nog 'n DM word.
Daai persoon moet my definitief DM, maar sal sien wie gaan wen.
Is it?
Ja, nee, wat.
Guys, thank you so much for coming into the studio and all the best for Saturday.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much for having us.
Sharp. That was the Namibian. We were talking to representatives of the Mamelodi Sundowns in Namibia. As I say, they will be having a launch on Saturday, the 5th of March, where they will be discussing, or not discussing, where we will be witnessing the launch of their supporters club here in Namibia. We will definitely make your way down to Eros Primary School on Saturday. Is mahala, free of charge. Okay, you can go down there and go and enjoy the day and spend the day with your family. I obviously very selectively not gonna be too happy there as much as I will be there, because as I say, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs supporter, but congratulations once again. If they can help Namibian soccer, by all means, good luck to them and all the best. Kaufi, thank you so much for joining us once again. Can you give us, let's quickly talk about the coronavirus cases.
The coronavirus cases.
I estimate leave my English alone. Grr. I'm distracted. Nee, is Anna goed.
Right. Okay, so the coronavirus cases. No.
Is Anna goed.
Alle goed.
Yeah, not everybody was in the studio. That's all I can say. So can I just try and refocus again?
Refocus, daar wil ik je comments op Informante live. Yes.
Nee, Kaufi moet gou die coronavirus.
Oh, die kap. Let us win.
All right, so the Ministry of Health and Social Services is advising that newly confirmed cases, 17, with 0 recoveries, with the active cases at 2,589. However, I still do a comparison with the other website, which is the official World Update, which is not the Ministry of Health and Social Services. So there is a website called worlddometers.com, and they are saying that we currently have 524 active cases with no dailies, news, and no deaths. So you can choose which one you want, either this Worldometers Worldwide Update or the one from Health and Social Services.
Wow, 500 active cases.
according to this one.
I believe that one.
But the Ministry of Health and Social Services is saying 2,589.
We
I
believe
wonder
the
if they're not just
swab figures-
conveniently keeping the 2 in front of the 589.
Ek wil net hierdie comment lees before it goes away. Tangeni with a capital T. Rou.
Ai, rou.
Tangeni with a capital vra, is daai 'n love bite op Koffie se ompolo?
Hierso.
Ja.
Ek het teen die boom se tak vasgeloop. And it happened Saturday night, and that's all I'm going to say.
Roviera said dit lyk soos 'n hou van 'n pan. And what do we have in terms of the weather?
The weather is, it's going to rain in the north.
It's going to rain in the north.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. No, the meteorological service is saying heavy falls are most likely in places in the north. The interior sunny and hot in the southwestern half and west. Elsewhere partly cloudy and warm to hot with a few thunder showers in the central and southeastern parts as well, but isolated to scattered in the north and also the east. Maximum temperatures for today in Windhoek, it's 25, Walvis Bay 27 with Swakopmund at 25. Katima Mulilo 32 with Omuthia at 28, Ondangwa 27, Oshakati also 27. Ochivarongo today is 27 with Riobot at 28. Marintal 39, once again the hottest place in Namibia, and Keetmanshoop 35. Gobabas and Beitepos both respectively 33.
Thank you very much, Kofi. Thank you so much. Guys, there are two issues that I quickly want to discuss with you guys, and just hear what your opinion is on these issues. 62 Namibians safely out of Ukraine. Government yesterday announced that out of 114 Namibians based in the Ukraine, 62 have successfully crossed over to places of refuge, including neighboring Poland and Hungary. According to International Relations Minister Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, this gives flexibility for the Namibian government to set in motion the repatriation process after Russia's special military operation against Ukraine. Russia last week launched the operation, arguing that it was defending the Donetsk and Lugansk People's Republics, which broke off from the eastern part of Ukraine shortly after the 2014 coup in Kiev. The tension between Russia and the Ukraine has escalated, leading to not only foreign nationals leaving the country, but Ukrainians as well. I quickly want to touch on the Namibian issue around this.
Yes.
Okay? There's a lot of media about Africans in the Ukraine pulling at the short end of the stick here when it comes to the evacuation of refugees and people leaving the Ukraine because of the war situation.
Yes.
My question to you guys and to the greater public out there watching the show, is it fair to say that the Ukraine, the fact that Africans have to wait for the nationals of Ukraine to first be repatriated, is there something racist about that practice or not?
If it's racially motivated or not, but I would do the same. I would want my people to be safe first.
Your own people.
My own people.
So if you were the president of the Ukraine, you would not care about foreigners. You would want your people to get preference to evacuate.
Yeah, I would want my people to have preference. The ones that want to evacuate, I would want them to have the preference first. That's
Why?
I just feel, because it's my people. I need to cater for them first. And Namibians, the Namibian government saw this coming. They were supposed to already go to the embassy, and the Namibian government make it possible for them to do that.
So you say that
So-
Hage would do that too if it would happen to us?
Ja, ons wil ek wil hoor.
Yeah. So I'm saying Hake was supposed to be like, I have people, I have students that side. You know, so the embassy that's there, so let's have a way
So
for
if-
them to come back, pay private
If
tickets
you-
for them and them come back. I think the Ukrainian president did good with that. That's just my
If you
feeling.
were to be, let's say, a black student in the Ukraine and you you feel now desperate, you want to get out, you would use anything possible to get out, you know?
Yeah,
So you would cry wolf, you would say racism.
yeah. Like
get out.
I would say it.
To
I
get
would say, but
preferential
now
treatment.
now
You'd
I'm
say,
in the
racist,
position.
Racist, look at me, I'm black, get me out of here.
Yeah,
Because
and-
you're doing anything possible to get out.
Now in that scenario, I'm there. I want to survive. I'm there. But you are asking me he asked me in the scenario of was it racially motivated by the president of Ukraine or the people giving preference to them? And I say, if I was the president of Ukraine, I would say my people should be saved first. But if I was in the act, like in the scenario there, I would cry wolf.
Kofi,
That's my point.
what is your point?
Look, it's a life and death situation. So it's fight or flee. So in other words, if it's true that buses, trucks, trains, planes are totally overloaded, and it could be an advantage to me if I shout racism
Yeah.
to get on, to get out, I would do it.
I would do
You would do what?
I would cry racism.
You would cry racism.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Listen, either that or I die.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think some people will also think a Namibian student or a foreign student there, if he decides, I've stayed in Ukraine for 3 years, so I'm going to pick up arms and fight for the place that I've been here, that I've lived in. People will be like, he just wants to be seen, or he just, you know, it just, like, whatever you do, people will say something about it.
My position is, and guys on the stream, please chip in here. My personal position is that we had ample time. Okay? We had ample time to make sure that Namibians are evacuated from the Ukraine 2 to 3 weeks in advance before this war started off. I think we were here in studio talking about how Russia basically mounted all their machinery and their troops surrounding the Ukraine. Well over 200,000 troops.
The Americans started evacuating 2 to 3 weeks before anything started.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
announced
the
it.
intelligence agencies would have spoken to each other. I'm sure the Namibian intelligence service would have spoken to the Americans.
Yes.
And even if the Namibian intelligence service did see what was going on in media,
Yeah.
knowing that the Americans are pulling out, the Brits are pulling out,
Yes.
they should have acted on that. So it's the Namibian government's fault.
Yeah. I personally feel exactly what you're saying.
It's the ruling party's fault.
Hey, it's not the
Once-
ruling party's fault.
Once again.
It is the government's fault. And there are some elements, some sleeper cells in this government of ours who are hampering the good job that the SWAPO government is doing. Jokes aside, I honestly do think that we should have been a little bit more proactive.
Yeah.
That the Clemens Kashipulwa, who is our representative between Russia and the Ukraine, with all due respect, and we talk about all the other African countries that are crying wolf at the moment that this is racist. If, God forbid, Namibia gets in a war situation and we have to flee this country to a neighboring country, let's be honest, we will make sure that Namibians are evacuated first.
Yeah.
Not Angolans, not South Africans,
Hello.
not people from Botswana. How would you guys feel if we decide to evacuate Zimbabweans first if this country is at war?
Yes, exactly.
Let Zimbabweans leave first. And the bombs are falling
On
us in Windhoek.
Exactly.
How can we honestly cry wolf against Ukraine for making sure that their citizens are first evacuated? And we had 2-3 weeks in advance to actually see that our own people are safe.
Sure.
Yeah, the Zimbabwean government must we must the Zimbabwean government must already be making plans for their people if they see war is breaking out here with us. That's not our problem. If the war starts, we want to move. We want to go. We want to move.
We want to move. Let's hear what some of us say here. Estomich says, not all of those 62 are helped by the GRN. I am aware that some are heading to the UK, and the Namibians in the UK paid for the tickets and gathering money for Namibians in Ukraine. Trini says, there are tenets that govern evacuation in times of war or conflict. What becomes racist about is when there is blatant discrimination in due process, when all have availed themselves via own resources to be evacuated. Tangeni with a capital T says, Namibian politicians are reactive and not proactive. Taishon sê het die boy weer gaan rook. Hoe nou? Wie het gaan rook? Jagan Kaysep says, hulle was straight racist teenoor die Africans because the measure of evacuation was based on racial standards as other Europeans exited together with the Ukrainians. Okay, there's another narrative. Ek lees net gou klaar. Kom ek lees net gou klaar, ouens. Mutumba says, not every country needs to take care of its own. The Namibian government should have gotten our people out when it was reported that Putin was ready to invade. DCR Amaruru says, good morning, gentlemen. It's totally not fair at all. That's a clear sign that they are racist even before the war. Estimish says, I think they should let people enter the train in the order they arrived. Some people came late and want to go in first. The GRN should have not waited for so long. I recall Hage saying he was assessing. I'm assessing the situation.
Okay.
When you are dealing with Putin, you don't assess things. Muhau says, for that comment, Mitch, you deserve a plot. Mens kan sien jy het met Jesus opgestaan vanoggend. He is not saving his people alone. Indians, Muslims, and are going through. Yet all blacks are being stopped. Black people were removed from the train, says Ro Vieira. Mutumba says, but had the roles been reversed, our government would have helped the American government get Americans out of Namibia had this invasion happened here.
Can I maybe just Neville, if I were to make the statement, would we in Namibia in the time of conflict,
yes,
would we stand in solidarity? In your opinion?
I believe we do.
Okay. So let's have a look at this.
Who is we?
Namibians.
We will fight. Who?
No,
Yeah, but
whoever we need to fight.
In times of conflict,
Yeah.
we go out from the point of we as Namibians will stand in solidarity. Okay, so in Namibia, this was reported. In the Ukraine, this was reported 5 days ago. Ukraine hosted about 100 Namibians, including students,
Yes.
across the country in the Ukraine.
Okay.
So I googled how many Namibian students are currently studying in Russia.
Wow.
So, about 500 Namibian students are studying in higher educational institutions in quite a number of regions in Russia. 500.
Okay.
So now, if we are talking about standing in solidarity, if you know a Namibian student in Russia, but you know that there are Namibian students in the Ukraine, and you know that the Russians are invading Ukraine, possibly going to kill your Namibian students in the Ukraine.
Yes.
Wouldn't you then want to just leave your studies in Russia and come home.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be considered
Solidarity.
what do you call it if you leave at a time of war and they put you against the
Deserter.
wall? Deserter. Wouldn't you, as a Namibian student currently studying in Russia, and you stay there, shouldn't you be seen as a deserter in terms of Namibian solidarity? My question.
Jy soek kak, Koffie.
No, but I mean, this
Is
what
it
the show is
necessary
all
to
about,
ask
isn't
such
it?
nonsense questions?
Exactly.
Why?
Why is the Namibian government not going now and saying to all the Namibian students in Russia, julle kom nou huis toe. That ambassador in Russia there, who happens also to be the same ambassador for the Ukraine, remember? It's
Clemens
one guy called
Kashipulwa.
Gareth. Yes.
Yes.
They should be telling the Namibian students in Russia who are studying there, julle hou nou op, julle kom nou terug Namibië.
But the thing is, then that will start a problem for Namibia with Russia. Namibia is not picking side here with Ukraine. That I can tell you already.
But we're moaning about the Namibian students not being able to get out
Namibia is
of
on
a
the side of
country
Russia.
which is being attacked by another country where we're studying in.
We are good with Russia. Ons is vrienden.
I'm not
Antwoord,
good with Russia.
antwoord julle die vraag van Koffie. Koffie just made it, and it's a very interesting question that you
Yeah, it's
ask.
very.
Wow.
I think.
I'm a student in Russia. Me, as I sit here. Sure. And my Namibian compatriots,
Comrades, no.
our comrades, they are in danger. They are fleeing Kiev in countries, neighboring countries like Poland, etc., Lithuania, etc. What would I do? Wow. I think that's quite a question to ask. Kom ek lees net gou paar comments. Asina says, no, Roviera says, Asina, you are on your way. Are you on your way home? I see Belgium is sending soldiers. Putin will put Belgium soon. What? Is Belgium sending troops? Hey. Tangeni with a capital T says, Namibia is like that Mavutu who won't leave the relationship even if all the signals of potential abuse are there, living in denial. Estomich says, my advice to foreigners going to other countries, learn the language. Though you'll be there for 3 or 4 years, when you learn the language, you integrate yourself. Imagine being students in Ukraine for years, but you can't communicate with the local. What is your point, Estomich? Mutumba says, I think because of our relationship with Russia, our government thought Namibians would be safe. South African students were interviewed on the topic. They said they understood why Ukrainians were being taken out first.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. Mohau says, even Germans will have to wait for Zambezi. Wow, Jay help nie. So the people of Zambezi must exit first. Stephanus James said Ukraine se gat. That was bloody racist. Okay. Mutumba says, Neville, that won't happen. American and Europeans would get evacuated first in Africa. You are not. Hey. You might be right, Mutumba. You might be right. Abiatar says, ons kan nie uit ons eie land eerste dodge nie. Nou, hoekom nie? It's Nina says, if there ever was an invasion in Namibia, white foreigners and white South Africans would probably be evacuated first. Argue with your ancestors. Stephanus James Ananias say, I agree 100% with Mutumba. Rovera says, Russia already started building their own economy. Beijing is getting a new gas line from Russia. Never trust a small-eyed guy. I saw that last night, Ro. It looks like if those two superpowers and China and Russia, they are each other's greatest trading partners. So you just might be right. White people usually wait until shit happens. Black people run. They don't wait. If they see other people run, they run. So why is it that the Namibians was late for the train? Says Raymond. Coffee, that won't happen. Russia would remind us that they helped us with the war against apartheid. This alliance agreement are very dangerous, is what Mutumba says. How can they think they'll be safe? The bombs are landing randomly.
Okay,
but there are not bombs landing in Russia.
I hear what Mutumba is saying, but I mean, if once again we're showing ourselves that we as Namibians are selling each other out. If I am in a country, studying in a country, that and just it's not because the countries happen to be next to each other. It could have been different. The countries didn't necessarily have to be next to each other.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a country, studying in a country that is attacking another country, and I know that my Namibian students are in that other country, and I'm studying in the country of the aggressor, and there's a possibility that this aggressor is going to kill my fellow Namibian, who also happens to be a student in that other country.
Yeah.
Is it morally correct that I should continue studying in this country?
Like I say that what would be the best decision is probably the students making the decision for themselves and coming back, not our president announcing it. The people must come back. And no, we will have a problem with Russia. Russia will take it as an attack.
But why should Namibia not have a position in expressing themselves on this on this issue?
Correct. I can hardly wait to get one of these fleeing students out of the Ukraine into the studio, and right opposite we're going to put a student who happened at the same time to study in Russia.
Yeah.
And hear what they have to say to
what is the experience?
The Namibians, they like to spice up stuff. They probably left already well before the war came there, and they started, yeah, the Hudet Kafal. I said, no, we must get the person that was there trying to get into the train.
True.
We don't want the person that left before.
And hear what they say.
I want to change my nominations for Mukhus of the Week. I want to make the Namibian students studying in Russia at this time, I want to make them the Mukhus of the Week.
But why not Clemens Kashupulwa, who is our ambassador?
Yeah.
Look, he's one ambassador for both countries.
Yes.
I cannot speak at this moment. I've got some inner thoughts and feelings about him, but we are not there and we don't know what the efforts are. All we do know is that the Namibian students in the Ukraine did know well before time of what might happen, and it is happening at this point.
But can we all agree that Omes will not address Russia in whatsoever way or form?
I agree.
We cannot. We cannot take that chance. I don't.
Belgium is part of NATO, says Estomich. Des van Beek says, I agree with Kaufi. Our ambassador is sleeping instead of evacuating students from both Russia and the Ukraine. It's not picking side. Estomich says, my point is some of the Africans needed translators at the train stations. If you know the language, it's easy to communicate. I would disagree with that, Estomich, because the country is in a war situation. War is like sex. We don't need to understand each other's language. You just know what needs to happen.
The only language you understand that time is fear.
It's clear. It's fear. Exactly. You want to stand in solidarity with students in Ukraine while in Russia and run the risk of being shot execution style? Wie is dom? Drink julle waters while in Russia, says Roviera. Near Kaufi, your analogy doesn't hold water, says Yakin Kesep. The Namibian Constitution under Article 96, if I am not mistaken, states that Namibia will not take sides. So if the students in Russia are evacuated, it will in essence be taking sides. The war is in Ukraine, not in Russia. But wait a minute. If the students in Russia are evacuated, it will in essence be taking sides. But are we not evacuating students from the Ukraine?
We are not. We are not,
we're talking about
we are not
Ukraine.
saying- we are. We are. That's. And by the way, Constitution of the Not. It's basically just. Jürgen, by all means, agree with you on Article 96, but that is just politics getting into the way of our moral standards and obligations.
Mohau says, Kaufi, Namibia has a deep relationship with Russia, which explains the annual scholarships availed to Namibians. That's why Namibia cannot take a stand, because the U.S. funding locally will be lost. Because the U.S. funding locally will be lost. But if push comes to shove, Namibia is with Russia. That's why they presumed students are safe. And the government of Namibia probably assured them they are. Kaufi, you speak to the space of competing choices. We cannot be that too simplistic. Each student has a different ideology or on a different dogma in the choice of goals, says Trini. Why is Hage not addressing Russia or Ukraine, or did he make a statement? No, we shall not make any statements. We also, I saw that yesterday, Mutumba. We abstained from the vote. We abstained with a few other African countries. Desmond says, I name it. If your child was there, would you feel different? But the students must decide for themselves. If a bomb lands on the university, then what? Article 96 of the Namibian Constitution essentially prohibits Namibia from a stance, say Jürgen Keisep. Stephanus James says, I think he is somewhere in Dubai. Hey, Khanje, Stephanus. Lost the topic. Tangeni says, Hage has a broken leg. No time for foreign affairs. It's a what happened there with the president? It looked like he had a sprained leg or something. He was in a cast over the weekend. He was probably drinking vodka and eating caviar. Who was drinking vodka and eating caviar? Hage will not criticize Putin. He will not give his input, because Putin will put in Maxwell put in pressure towards Namibia. Evacuating students from Ukraine is based in their safety, not taking sides at all. Says Ro, that's wrong. If you have 100 Ukrainians in a tunnel and 12 Namibians who need help but can't understand each other, that's a problem. Learning language is important. Why be in a country for years but understand none? Estomich, I agree with you. And if you fully, and my sister, I fully agree with you. If you want to be fully integrated into a country, you need to understand and learn the language. All I'm saying, in the current situation, bombs are dropping. The Ukrainian authorities on the border, seeing a black person who can't speak Ukrainian coming towards the border, ought to know why this person is at the border, irrespective of whether this person can speak Ukrainian or not.
You can see it in their eyes.
Yeah, the fear. DC Amaruru says, we are talking about United Africa, but now every country is on its own instead of working together as one. Namibian use Russian drill in their forces, Tangeni. There's news that 2 Africans are killed, but the countries are not released. Do
not release that news. Do not. It's okay. We don't want to know. But let's address this, Neville. The parents of the children in Ukraine. Why aren't they held accountable then? As you can die as Neville, and they seen the government do niks. Why can't you buy a plane ticket for your kid to come back? You see, you are following this news, right? You're following this news. So you'll be like, hey, my son, there's about to be something happening here. Go to your next flight.
Do you have money all the time?
Go to the embassy, get deported.
Look, you've got to remember, those students are of legal age. So they're adults. We're not talking about parent-child relationships.
So they could have done it themselves. They could have
might have been able to call his 22-year-old son studying some nuclear architecture in the Ukraine and say, listen, I think it's best for you to come out. That might be a suggestion. But we're talking about adults here.
They might have their own choices at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're talking of people of age here, not children,
As I
not
believe.
school-going people.
As a belief.
Another angle. I think what we collectively are saying, and it's good that there's a difference of opinion when it comes to whether what we are saying is who was responsible to ensure the safety of Namibians. There are people who say that our dear ambassador should have been a little bit more proactive. Some of us are saying that parents should have been more proactive, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, we sit here and we all have our opinions on this specific issue. Now, there's another curveball that I want to throw to you guys. It's also in relation to the ongoing war.
The Russia.
How the war is being reported about. There seems to be subtle racism as to how certain news agencies are expressing themselves on this specific war. I just want you guys to quickly listen to this, and then we can quickly speak on the other side of this.
Even before I go, some of the media coverage of the conflict in Ukraine has been kind of off. We have reporters and pundits making some rather awful remarks about the nature of this conflict and these refugees versus, say, conflicts and refugees in the Middle East. Have a listen.
But this isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan, that has seen conflict raging for decades. This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too.
I'm sorry, it's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles and his helicopters and his rockets.
Now the unthinkable has happened to them. And this is not a developing third world nation. This is Europe.
Eamon, first off, Europe has been home to some of the worst wars and worst war crimes in human history. I mean, the Holocaust. So why this surprise that bad things are happening in Europe? And second, when they say, oh, civilized cities, and in another clip, well-dressed people, and this is not the third world, they really mean white people, don't they? The reason they seem to want us to care more about Ukraine, and we should care about Ukraine, but not because they're white Europeans. That shouldn't be the reason we care about Ukraine.
Yeah, no, that's what's so disturbing in all of this. And in fact, not only that, it's trying to make an excuse why the West should get involved and embrace these refugees and help them. Listen, let's be clear. You should encourage and actually help refugees because they are fleeing a war. I don't know if you saw this. There was a op-ed today in the Telegraph. I think we have it. We'll put it up for our viewers to see. This was an op-ed in which the writer, Daniel Hannon, said that these people, the Ukrainians, they're like us. They watch Netflix. They have Instagram accounts. They read uncensored newspaper, and then goes on to say that war is no longer something visited upon impoverished and remote population. Oh no, it's happening to us here in Europe. And to your point, you're absolutely correct. Europe has had some of the worst human rights abuses and atrocities and wars in not just modern history, in all of history. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Your comments?
I've got to agree with that. At this particular point in time, I cannot really side with the racism side in terms of the evacuees or the people that are leaving the Ukraine. I just think that the entire situation has just happened. You've got to remember, when Russia attacked the Ukraine, they literally at Kiev 5 days, 6 days later. That is how quickly that happened. And if a war happens that quickly, the panic in that environment to try and get out is definitely not in an orderly fashion. Because we've seen at the train stations where the police are applying women and children first, You know, it's chaos. It's like panic on the Titanic. That is what's happening here.
Yes.
You know, so sure, if somebody's out there, you know, and it's a person of color trying to get out, having difficulty, I would use whatever means possible.
Yeah.
To get out, even if I have to say nobody wants to help me, it's because I'm black. I would say that.
But
I would go and do that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the sexism of the people being reporters.
The question that we need to ask here,
Always
Kalfi,
get ones.
is what we talk about, how this is reported by the mainstream media.
Sure.
Because that is the question I'm asking. Because you have reporters here that you could clearly hear talking about these are civilized people with blonde hair and blue eyes who are not supposed to die. These are not third world countries.
Yes.
Reporters who talks like this. My question is it right for reporters on an international platform to make a difference between how people die in an African war or a Middle East war or Afghan? Because there's no difference, in my view, of a bunch of Afghan people running towards an airplane who tries to leave Afghanistan.
Hanging onto the wheel.
Hanging onto the wheels of an airplane.
Yes.
Compared to white people in the Ukraine trying to get on a train. Why are people so... I mean, the impulses can't stop them from making such stupid racist analogies as to I don't understand.
Is it not perhaps on that media platform, the person making persons making those statements, individuals,
yes,
on those platforms? So once that person makes that, once that journalist, whoever it might be a presenter, makes that statement, he or she doesn't even know that they're making that statement on behalf of their media platform. But it's an individual thing.
But it's irresponsible, Kalfi.
Very highly.
It's irresponsible,
highly
and I don't know if we should ever, in my humble opinion, I don't think that we need to make excuses for anybody. If you're a BBC reporter and you stand there and you talk about this is a very different war. How can people with blonde hair and blue eyes be killed the way that they are being killed? Is it okay for people met kruishare and brain oor to be killed like that?
I totally agree with you. But like, you should look at it, man. I've even stopped watching this now because you just get into way too much information that it just starts confusing me too. Have you ever heard of crisis actors and crisis actors and crisis reporters? Like, so people will be put there, like they would probably want to ban the gun law or whatsoever. So they will have crisis actors there to drive that narrative. So now people are trying to drive the narrative of probably racism, as I'm seeing here, because I'm like, in war, if I have to see anybody and I'm at the border post and I see people coming through, I would want anybody that's coming through, women and kids first. Anybody, I wouldn't even want to look at the color, but for people to really go on like, you're black, move back. Reporters be saying like, this is so wrong that blue-eyed people are being killed. Blue-eyed people, white hair or brown hair people are being killed. That's very irresponsible and wrong. So, and somehow I don't also believe that people can be that cruel. I've hoped for them.
They are. There's racism. There's racism on reporters talking about blue eyes. That's what Estimich says. Europeans actually live under a rock, says Rovera.
Seriously.
Kalfi, stop defending racism. It is in your face, Mitch. Are they still crying racism just to get out? Eat your words, says Rovera. Wait. You brown eye people versus blue eyes, says Estimich. Point of correction, Kalfi. European women and children first. because women of color are sent to the back of the line.
How do you know that?
Says Jeken Kesep. David Bango says, white women and children first, the rest of check what you do. Het ek nou iemand gesagge punch hierso, sê Rovera. Estomich says, they shouldn't talk about eye colors and skin tone in war. Death is death. When you get blown to pieces, doesn't matter your skin tone. It is happening on the ground, Kaufi. On the ground. Clini says, guys, social media is a blessing in disguise, though toxic at times because it dilutes the notion of how narratives are delivered to us as information. Some media houses determine content for us, thus shaping our way of thinking and approach to issues. Funny thing, Rovera, you're seeing Dilo's face now. Maxwell Chiero says, funny thing is that Ukraine is one of the poorest nations in Europe with a high poverty rate. Ukraine is like a third world country. Who decides what?
I just need to maybe disagree with that statement because Google tells us that despite these improvements, the IMF reported in 2018 that all of the countries in Europe, Ukraine had the lowest GDP, by all means, per capita. But in April 2020, the World Bank reported that economic growth was solid at 3.2% in 2019, led by good agricultural harvest and sectors dependent on domestic consumption. This might be a reason why Putin and his Russian cronies invaded the Ukraine, because the Ukraine is on its way of becoming a very solid, rich country. It's got all the resources. So this invasion is about the resources of that country, and it's in Russia's interest to keep that country poor. That is it.
Estamish, K-R-O-E-S. Cruz. K-R-O-E-S. That's how you spell Cruz. Jürgen Geiseb says, I refuse to utter pray for Ukraine nonsense. When Africa is embroiled in war, we get a one-liner, if at all, on those platforms. I'm not racist, but I am I'm African first. Mutumba says, like I said, us Africans, when we suffer, it's okay because the world has been conditioned that Africans are used to suffering. Have you seen how sorry we feel when a Caucasian is asking for money compared to a black person asking for money at the corner of the street? Watch News, Mitch. Video evidence is there showing the discrimination. Owen Sindula says, Kaufi person says evacuees when they are refugees. The reporters are not individuals, they simply racists. Say it with me, Kaufi. Racist. Ukraine already applied to the part of EU. I just
want to do one thing for the West, ne? This, I want to give them, like, they're just so good at playing this. There is like no way, they're just so good at playing this. If America doesn't want to help a country, or the West doesn't want to help a country, they throw in the racist element and you don't feel sorry for the country anymore. If another country is defending themselves from them, they will make the country look like the evil person, the number one enemy of the world, just so they can have an excuse to be like, okay, you see what Putin has been doing this whole time, so now we are getting in.
Stephanus,
the West.
I go out of my way to give white beggars money. I remember me and my daughter 2-3 years ago, we were in the London Underground, and then I think she was 11 at the time, 10 or 11 years old at the time, and my daughter saw a white beggar for the first time. Somebody sitting and asking for money. She says, Daddy, kyk daai boer vra vir geld. Ek sê, sweetheart, is hy 'n boer nie. Okay? It's a white Englishman. And white people are in the majority in this country of England. And you get beggars everywhere in the world. It's just because we live in a country as Namibia and you see more black people begging for money. So, but you have beggars all over. It took some time for her to believe There are beggars from all over.
Just for interest sakes, Ukraine is a second world country. Is on the second world country list.
But just a final question: who makes the decision, or who is first world and who's third world? Sopiso.
It is all according to a
America.
scale called the Human Development Index.
Which was developed by whom?
Yeah, well, I don't know that. I can't tell you.
Americans.
And
The
who
term
said?
was originally used to describe mostly democratic capitalist countries that were politically aligned with NATO and the United States.
There you go.
By comparison, second world countries referred to mostly communist nations
There you
aligned
go.
politically with the Soviet Union.
There you go.
And finally, third world countries, such as us Namibians,
Yes.
we are being referred to as neutral countries, in other words, cowards. That did not fit into either previous category. However, since the Soviet Union's collapse signaled the end of the Cold War in the early 1990s, the meanings of these terms have changed significantly.
Such bullshit. Politics nonsense.
It's
Exactly.
like Constitution's paragraph
If you want to
96.
trick
What a crock of crap.
if you want to trick a black nation, and you want to make somebody else, just throw in racism.
Yes.
It's gone. It's just their mind. The mind just goes everywhere. Wow. Racism. Then they stop thinking. Just throw racism. It's done. We stop thinking. We just want to attack after that.
I'm not so very clear what you are saying at the moment.
Okay, what I mean is,
If you're having an argument and you see you losing, just throw in racism.
Oh yeah.
Then everybody still doesn't consider you the loser anymore.
Yeah.
Because we've now shame.
yeah. You could be losing. You could be losing fact to fact.
Yeah, and you just throw the racism in.
Throw in racism.
No, I got you.
Every other African will agree with you. Doesn't matter. They wouldn't even care about your level of education anymore or whatsoever.
Not education, intellect.
Intellect. They
Yeah.
would not care. They just like,
Because
yeah.
education is no barometer of your intellect. Let's say intellect.
Intellect, yeah.
Yeah. Estamish, you know what? With all due respect, I don't agree, because I think Namibia, our standard of living is way higher than some European countries that I know of compared to Namibia. Probably Ukraine is probably one of them. Okay. But they are considered probably a second, what do you call it, a second world country, and we are third world country. We are no third world country.
You must remember, it's the third. This is the thing, and this is what goes hand in hand with how we are being viewed.
Yeah.
And that is what I said when I read this. First world is considered a classification of the West.
Yeah.
Second world is considered a classification of the East.
Yeah.
And any other country.
Yeah.
And if you look at the world map, Africa always is conveniently in the middle.
Yeah.
Any other country not siding with the West or not siding with the East is considered a third world country. The problem is your normal layman walking in the street, Joe Soap, if he doesn't know this, third world countries, they must be very poor. It's by classification. It's not by richness or poorness. Let's just get that right. Okay.
Tangani, lost for a listen, I'm 8 cheap. Yeah. Oh, okay, Estamish, I got you. Roviera says, but even if it's racism taking place, some still say it is a way of a black guy to get out of trouble. Accept racism as well. Mitch is Fishrot, Kuma.
And just agree with the ones that agree with racism. You look smart. Yeah, that's what Ro is doing. But just agree.
Roviera says, hopefully we address the Mavutu issue tomorrow. The Knikkerbol party werk nie so lekker nie. What's a Knikkerbol party?
Bring us a good. Why don't you guys give us some options? Like, guys, nominate people that you'd want to see. Then just sit there and say, bring a Mavutu in.
Anyway, whatever. Talking about Mavutus, guys, I saw a very disturbing video yesterday of there was a strip show in Windhoek.
Right.
over the weekend.
Do you have
Do
a
you still
video?
have the video?
I
Please share it with
have
us.
the video.
Please share it with us.
Was it a
I'll-
male stripper?
No!
Why not?
Yeah.
You see, there we get discriminated
Yeah.
against.
I don't want to
We
see
male
a
people are never allowed to strip.
I don't want to see a male stripper. Somebody gave the name of this club where this allegedly at XS Lounge.
XS Lounge.
XS Lounge.
So it's Excess Lounge.
Yeah, yeah, XS Lounge. So this is what happened. It happened at XS Lounge. There were two strippers there.
Okay.
But I don't. Yeah, why don't we know? Oh yeah. Roviera says XS clubs. Maar actually, you know what? I wouldn't go to that club because people were out there with their cell phone cameras taking videos and nonsense. I don't
where
think
are the strippers?
They don't look Namibian. You can see they are foreigners. And Chilako also just confirmed here that they are foreigners. En ja, hulle was nie vir my te hard geweest nie.
Hoeveel rande het hulle
Nee, die platgat besigheid. Nee.
Touchscreen TV's.
Touchscreen?
That is discriminatory. Why can't we just agree to allow the Platgat people also a little space and time? If they were in Ukraine now trying to get on a train, they'd probably say, I have a Platgat, I must get on, I'm a Platgat. Whatever works.
Bye! Bye! Bye!
My kid, man.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much that you joined us today.
In Platgat.
Yeah. Until tomorrow,
Still got
guys.
that video never.
Yeah, I'll see if I still have it. I think I deleted it. But enjoy your day, guys. See you guys
Bye.
tomorrow. Blessings. Sharp, sharp. Apparently there were Chinatown mattresses that they yeah, this is what Shalako says. They were Chinatown mattresses that they were doing the strip dancing on. Nah, not cool, not cool, not cool.
You follow the light, mama, and one day I'll be fine, mama.